Hello my fellow chairs, I am the chairman and welcome back to EU4. We're going to be starting a official unofficial series where I look at my favorite nations in EU4. It's going to be just kind of fun, and plus I just kind of feel like playing some of my favorite nations in all of EU4. Today we are going to talk about a severely underrated nation and is actually my favorite one province minor in all of EU4. And that nation is the nation of Taungu. Granted, if you play in this area, Prome does also share their ideas, but if you want to do this historically and you want to do this right, Taungu is the one to do all this with. Their ideas feature national tax modifier, land leader maneuver, court creation cost minus 15%, national manpower modifier, cavalry combat ability, religious unity, yearly army tradition, national unrest, land attrition, and infantry cost minus 20%. Overall, pretty good ideas to have a really large army that could dish out a good amount of damage and also core a lot of provinces. Taungu also has a unique mission tree which does guide you towards conquering all of Burma, pretty much all of Bengal, Indochina, and as I mentioned earlier, all of China. Here we are as the mighty nation of Taungu with all 5,000 of our troops. One of them being a horse, and guess what? Well, an elephant. And we're going to get rid of that elephant. Way too expensive. We also start out with a pretty decent ruler, though our heir's kind of garbage, a 101. So we're going to make both of these fellas into a general. We're going to use our heir as a general. Kind of hope that he has an unfortunate accident while in battle. And in terms of rivals at the start, we are going to rival Arakan, Pegu, and Prome. And since we are a one province minor, it is worth it actually to hand out all the monarch points. We're also going to be going with religious diplomats, as everybody is of our religion, which is the Theravada religion in Indochina and Burma. Nobility, we're going to do primacy and nobility, increased levies, nobility officer rights, merchant guilds, land of commerce, patronage of the arts. I'm not going to do indebted to the burghers or merchant guilds just yet, but I will do tropical city planning and promote merchant guilds bookkeeping. And of course we will seize land and summon a diet. I'm also going to do this mission that the merchant guilds are going to give us, which actually gives us a claim on Pegu, which is very nice. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have a mission tree as Taungu, and it's actually a pretty decent sized mission tree. First off, we do have to conquer the nation of Prome and also conquer all of Pegu. Once we do that, we basically gears us towards conquering all of the Shan people up here, as well as conquering our tributary overlord of Ava, moving our capital into Pegu, invading Arakan and conquering all of Bengal. And then from there, it's pretty much we're into conquering all of Siam and eventually China. So next we're going to build a spy network over here in Prome. I've also, from my experience, I've been able to ally Ayutthaya somewhat easily, though the most recent patch kind of makes it a little bit more challenging. But we can secure a royal marriage, and that's realistically all we need. And we're going to do the same thing with Lana. Lana, despite being a 4 or 5 province minor over here, is actually really strong. Alright, we did just get our claim on Prome. We're going to attack them right away. This will call in Mong Pai, which might be a little bit of a problem because they might be able to reach our army right away. And I don't have a mill advisor I can hire to help me out, but I think we should be okay. Especially when you stack wipe one of their armies. And luckily, Ayutthaya does want to be our friend, so that's very, very good. And Mr. Mong Pai here actually did ally Pegu, so we'll make sure that alliance does not last. Granted, we're probably going to just end up full annexing this guy. This way we can actually get into the Shan stuff, really quickly. Also helps that we just stack wipe their armies, so rip them. Okay, and we can go ahead and full annex both of these guys. Will give us quite a bit of I'm okay with that. We get, an extra 3 provinces. Before I core anything, I will go ahead complete this mission, this is going to give me permanent claims on everything over here. So that's going to make the provinces I just took from Mongpai a lot cheaper. And obviously we're going to ally Ayutthaya right away. Surprisingly, they allied Khmer. Normally, from my experience playing over here, the Khmer and Ayutthaya, they hate each other's guts. Alright, and we will be attacking the nation of Pegu. We're going to call on our friend Lana, and we will co-belligerent Arakan so we can annex this entire region very quickly. Finally, we took Pegu's capital. That took way too long. But we're going to go ahead and get the stack wipe in a sec. And all we have to do is finish sieging down Arakan's capital, and we are completely done with this war. Alright, we're going to full annex Arakan, obviously. Call back my diplomat. It's one nation down. And here we go with my boy Pegu. Not too many people are really going to care. And immediately within about 10 years of the game, we're like one of the strongest nations in this region already in Burma. We can now complete this mission. This is going to give us permanent claims, I believe, on Arakan's area. Yep. And we just need to take one more province in Bengal. Go ahead, core all that stuff up. Take enforce our heritage. We're going to convert some of these animist provinces that we did take from Mongpai. And we're just going to chill. We're going to have a bunch of rebels, as you guys can see. And, yeah, we need to get our manpower up. We need to handle our our aggressive expansion, because a lot of nations over here in Burma really don't like us now. If they don't like you, just annex them. Then they'll have no choice but to like you. In terms of rivals, I will rival Hisenwi and Hispa. Don't feel like rivaling Lanna just yet. That just seems like a disaster waiting to happen. And looks like Lanna is actually kind of upset with it. Oh, because we rival both of their allies. I mean, I could understand that. And Ava actually got rid of us. Oh, I guess it's because of the overextension. I mean, that's fine. We do have a truce with you, but I'll go on to annex you soon enough once that truce is over, pal. In terms of trade, yeah, that's right. We are doing trade stuff here. I'm going to set my merchant to establish communities, improve relations. Same thing in Siam. Alright, we are going to go ahead, core up all of Lower Burma, which was Pegu. Also going to get rid of some of my rivals. So I can rival a couple new nations like Ava. We're going to go ahead, lower autonomy in all of these provinces. That's going to allow us to have a little bit more money. And give us a little bit more of a force limit. I can now have up to 14,000 guys. You know, we're making a little bit over 2.5 ducats. Our next mission that we should probably be doing is we're going to have to develop our capital up to 20. Well, first we're going to have to move our capital to Pegu. Then we're going to have to dev up that province to at least 20. And if you guys remember from my video actually covering Pegu, this province is a fantastic place to develop. Same thing with some of the surrounding provinces, such as Dagan. But anyways, we're going to move our capital here. It's going to cost us 206 admin. We're also going to do encourage development. Let the month tick by, just to make sure all the modifiers are there. And yeah, we're going to dev this up in Diplo and also in Mill. So we're going to bump this up to 11. The reason why we're going to do 11 is because it's going to give us the most out of our manpower and force limit in that province. I want to say once you actually get to 11, it actually gives you one whole extra force limit. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to get even more development here and more construction costs and local development costs till the end of the game, and the province becomes Burmese. And all of a sudden we can have almost 20,000 troops. One thing that's also nice about playing in Indochina, just in general, not just specific to Taungu, is a lot of these countries get access to the mandala system. This allows you to concentrate development in states and also pillage development from people's countries without any development loss. So that kind of leads to you having an absurd size capital. In some of my games, I've had capitals up to like size 80 because I've just simply concentrated a ton of development, and I've had a lot of countries I've just straight up pillaged development from. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to get rid of my heir. I really don't like this guy. He's going to go ahead, hang out in the Irrawaddy Delta, and he's never going to come back. And our truce with Ava is over, and I'm going to go ahead. Well, I was going to launch this war, but I guess Ayutthaya kind of likes him a little bit too much now. So I'm going to curry some more favors with these guys and make them reduce their opinion of Ava. And then we will attack them right away. This is actually the perfect time, too, because Bengal is invading Ava's subject of Hong Kong. I mean, alternatively, I could just call in Ayutthaya and maybe even later on Lannan. I'd probably even get Orissa. In fact, I will send a diplomat over to Orissa, and eventually we're going to go ahead and take down Bengal, but first we're going to take down Ava. Alright, let's go ahead and not waste any more time. We're just going to go ahead and invade. I don't think Lannan doesn't want anything from him, so that's a plus. And while I'm in this war, I'm actually going to go ahead and attack Hispa, because Lannan is in my war with me, and also all these other nations would not join to help them out, so that was a perfect time to call in my boy Ayutthaya, and we can annex both Kale and Hispa. We're going to launch a third war, that's right, we're going to attack Mong Nai, and we're going to co-belligerent Hisenwi and their boy Mong Yang, because we're going to pretty much full annex this entire region. And we got a 0-1-5. Oh, I mean, he's technically better than our 1-0 whatever, but still. Alright, so now with Hisenwi, we're going to full annex these guys. And then immediately after, we're going to annex Mong Yang. And in this war with Mong Nai, we're going to full annex them. We're just going to full annex everybody more or less. And there we go. We pretty much have conquered all of Burma, aside from this guy up here, which is now our tributary because we full annexed Ava. And everything that now Bengal owns. And yeah, we're just under the 100 overextension mark now. But we could complete this mission, giving us even more 100 admin. And more legitimacy, and since we conquered pretty much all the Shan culture provinces, we get 20 army tradition and permanent claims on more stuff up here in the north. And yeah, this is 1465. If you're going for the first Taungu Empire achievement, which is own all the Burmese culture group provinces by 1500, and you're where I'm at, you're doing really good. All you pretty much would have to do at this point would just fight Bengal, and then since you broke your tributary status with Hong Kong up here, you're on your way to just completing that achievement within a matter of like 20 years. And what I'm going to do, since we are just going to be chilling here, is I'm going to build up my economy now. Yeah, that's right. We've been so caught up in conquering everything, we kind of need to build up an economy in order to sustain everything. So, I mean, if I didn't have that mercenary company right now, we probably would be making more money. Or we can finally get my boy Orissa. It's going to be a huge help. And I'm very unlucky because in my run, Bengal actually was able to ally China. How? I really don't know. And Ming just warned me. Okay, buddy. It's already autonomy in all my provinces I just took. Stated up everything. We can now have up to 31,000 troops. And our ruler is officially dead. Then we have our 015 in charge. It's not the worst, but I do like our Queen region a little bit better. Alright, for our very first idea group, since we do have land leader maneuver in our ideas, core creation cost, cavalry combat ability, national manpower modifier, land attrition, infantry cost. I do like the sound of offensive ideas because of the extra discipline, and obviously it's going to stack up very well with our generals. Also, though, aristocratic ideas sounds fantastic. I'm thinking realistically we're going to do aristocratic ideas just because, I mean, for one, we're going to get the cav combat ability. So we're going to have 35% cavalry combat ability. Plus the extra 5% development cost and national manpower modifier is going to be really nice. We're going to have the dev for the Renaissance and other institutions, so probably the best option. Cheaper cav cost, yearly army tradition, that's okay. An extra diplomat's always nice. Unjustified demands and cost to fabricate claims, also nice, but that monthly autonomy change and yearly absolutism is very, very nice, along with a leader siege. Tier 3 government reform, we're going to go with the corvée system. This one's pretty cool. For one, our buildings are going to be a lot cheaper. For two, it's going to give us even more national manpower. And for three, anytime we build a barracks or a training field, we get 1,000 manpower just right off the bat. And for docks and dry docks, we get sailors, which nobody uses sailors. But the manpower thing's very nice. Alright, I'm going to be a little bit crazy here. I'm going to go ahead and attack Bengal. This will call in Ming, Bahmanas, and Chagatai. But I legitimately believe, especially since Ming is fighting Dai Viet, which is a horrible country to be fighting, by the way. I legitimately believe that we could win this war. At the very least, Orissa may lose some provinces. Notice I said I wouldn't lose provinces. I said Orissa would lose provinces. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We're about evenly matched. Look at that. We are actually saving we were in the middle of saving Dai Viet, but yeah, my allies are beating down on Ming pretty well, because Ming only has 34,000 troops and like no manpower. Alright, let's get Ming out of here. Now all my allies can come back to India to actually help me win the war. Alright, let's get Bahmanas out of here. And now it's just us versus Bengal and Chagatai. Alright, Orissa was actually knocked out of this war. That works out for me because I don't owe anybody any favors in terms of giving them land now. Alright, we can finally get Chagatai. Once our diplomat gets back, we can get Malwa out of this war. This war was unnecessarily difficult. We could take pretty much all of Burma. We can knock Ming and Bahmanas from being their allies now. We're going to take a little bit of money. And now we can complete this mission because we own the province of Manipur. And same thing with this one. We took the one province that Burma or Bengal starts out with in Chittagong, so we can complete the Invade Arakan mission, giving us even more permanent claims in Bengal. Which also makes it a lot cheaper to core everything we just took. And for the sake of doing this, as if I were doing the first Taungu achievement, or the first Taungu Empire achievement again, I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy, and it's 1485. So you already know we're about to complete. We would have completed that achievement if I didn't have it already. Which, as you guys can see, obviously achievements, they're on. I only play in Iron Man mode. Alright, we did just defeat Sang. War reps, money. Now that our diplomat is back, we're going to go ahead and full annex Hong Kong. And once you do that, you own the entire Burma region, all those culture provinces that are part of that achievement. You can actually take this mission, the first Burmese Empire. It's going to allow us to change to an empire government rank. And our country name will actually change to Burma, and we get permanent claims on our boy Lana. And apparently, since we are such a beast of a nation, Ming actually rivaled us. They're not that much stronger than us. They're only 58% stronger than us. Alright, I'm thinking it's actually time for us to start turning on our former ally of Lana. So once our truce is up, at some point we're going to be attacking them in Ayutthaya. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start deving for Renaissance because colonialism is about to be a thing. But first let me take this for the extra dev cost. And we finally got a Renaissance in our capital of Pegu. After now that it being size 44. Need 800 ducats in order to actually embrace the institution. So take out the burger loans so we can actually do that. And I'll let Ayutthaya get the institution because they're actually going to pay me a lot. Once our manpower is about 30,000, I'm going to start waging wars again, which is about perfect timing anyways, because I have to wait for our truce with Bengal to be up. Alright, second idea group time. I'm thinking we're probably going to go with either admin or even something like espionage if we really want to stack that cav combat ability, which I kind of want to. I'm thinking admin is actually the way to go. We're going to do this instead. Oh, we got the Prospering Times event. I guess we'll go with this one. Alright, I'm thinking we're going to go to war with Bengal, calling our friend Ayutthaya. Shouldn't be that bad of a war. Alright, this war, after I got Bahmanas out of here, has gone a lot easier, especially because Bengal has no more manpower. I also kind of done goofed and didn't realize Ayutthaya was like 2 mil-techs behind Bengal, so all they've been really doing is just sending their people over here just to siege and just get wiped out every single time that a Bengali army just comes out of nowhere. Alright, we're gonna do something like this. Take all of the Assam area from Bengal, take all their money. I don't want to devote more time and effort into this war. It's going to be starting to drag on quite a bit. Because I think, yeah, Bengal, they just... At some point they just had better generals than me, and they were winning some BS dice rolls. Alright, I think it's time we start turning our back on Ayutthaya and Lana. And we're going to go ahead and invade Lana, full annex them, make Ayutthaya break some alliances. And once we full annex Lana, we're going to get permanent claims on all of Indochina. Alright, so we broke our alliance with Ayutthaya. And let's go ahead and invade. We are just absolutely dominating Ayutthaya. They had 30,000 troops at the start of this, but because we are 2 mil-techs ahead of them, we are just destroying them. They have like nobody left. Alright, as for Lan Shang, I'm so tempted to make these guys into a vassal, but I'm not going to do that. At least not yet. We're just going to take war reps and money. And we can finally get the additional cavalry combat ability. So now we have 35% cav combat. Also, apparently completed a mission. Oh, this one. Okay. More dev in our capital. Alright, Ayutthaya, let's get you to break a bunch of alliances here. Give me money. As for Mr. Lana, full annexation is your future. Go ahead, complete this mission. This is going to give us land attrition for the next 20 years. And we're going to get permanent claims, as I mentioned earlier, on the whole of Indochina, aside from Vietnam and Champa. And we can also complete this mission, also giving us permanent claims over here in India. And I just peacefully vassalized Mong Mao and Muang Fuan over here. Just simply improving relations, getting them to no longer be tributaries under Ming. Alright, let's go ahead and invade Ayutthaya. We're going to attack them for their capital. Wonder if this will be even more of a steamroll. We'll see. So for our tier 5 government reform, we're going to go with this one. It's a unique one called the Amudan system. We get 10% global regiment cost, 20% manpower recovery speed during a war. Then we also gain additional 7.5 morale of armies, 15% fort defense, and 10% manpower recovery speed during a defensive war. So we can have up to 30% manpower recovery speed. That's just disgusting. I think this is something unique to Taungu as well. Alright, in this war with Ayutthaya, I'm thinking we're going to try and take as much of this stuff as possible. This way we could take over Champasik, and that'll call us into another war with Ayutthaya, and then we'll be able to white piece them out and truce reset them. Now I'm thinking for the sake of my admin, I'm going to give all this to my boy Muang Fuan. And then also what I'll do for myself is I'll try and take as much of Sukhothai as possible. Plus I also get to take away one of their forts. I mean, I could just take away their forts. Actually, yeah, we'll do this. Now we're going to get Khmer to break their alliance with Champasik. And once I kill these rebels off, I'm going to go ahead and attack them. Alright, let's go ahead and start this war really fast. And we're going to gun it straight for Ayutthaya's capital. We'll do a white peace. So we have a 5-year truce timer with them. Alright, full annex these guys. Ayutthaya, Dai Viet, only 2 nations that would join a coalition. We have almost completed this mission, or Million Elephants, which we just need to beat up on Dai Viet. But Ming has 3 Miltex behind me. Well, soon enough about to be 3. Alright, I'm thinking we're going for it. We're gonna call on our boy Khmer. I'm thinking what we're gonna do here, we're gonna really go all in on beating up on Ming. I want to take as much money as possible. Ming's already very low. I mean, I could take all their money at this point. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, Dai Viet. I'm gonna take those 3 provinces. I'm gonna make you turn some cores to Champa. And I think, yeah, that should be it. So we can complete this mission. This is going to give us even more land enforcement, cheaper cav, and we get permanent claims on Dai Viet. Alright, we're going to chill on war for a little bit. I have to wait 4 years before Khmer can actually break their alliance with Ayutthaya. And in the meantime, it actually gives me a chance to build up my army even more because I could have up to 70,000 troops. And I could actually build up some boats. And you know what? I'm going to start deving for colonialism. Yeah, we kind of sort of need that because otherwise I'm going to be paying 50 and 60% ahead of time penalties. So we're going to do that in Dagon. That's our next best province to actually dev. And yep, they're done. They're starting to break apart now. And we're now a great power. Would you look at that? We're now the number 8 great power in the world. Alright, let's begin the annexation of our boy Mong Fuan. This is going to take us about 11 years. Alright, now let's look at me. Oh man, East Asia's looking ugly. Alright, Khmer, let's get you to break your alliance with Ayutthaya. Raise up the army maintenance, and let's get ready for war. Alright, and this is the type of peace deal that we're going to take. A little bit of money. Next war, we'll be able to full annex Ayutthaya. And Dai Viet got to be a lot bigger. Hi there, Dai Viet. Oh, you even allied Ming. Alright, let's embrace colonialism. Finally, we're not paying as much in tech. In terms of rivals, sure, I'll rival Delhi. Alright, truce with Dai Viet's over. We're gonna go ahead right into conquering these guys. I'm gonna vassalize Champa, I'm thinking. And apparently Shun is expanding my way as they're trying to take out Dali. Alright, Champa. Yeah, we're gonna make you into a vassal. I'm gonna eventually reclaim all your cores. We'll get to that a little bit later. And as for you, Mr. Dai Viet, we're gonna cut you off from China. We're just gonna take your northern half. Also build up our army, build up another 30 stack. Alright, third idea group time, we are gonna go with espionage ideas. And finally we annexed our boy Mong Fuan. That took a long time. Alright, let's start improving relations with our boy Mong Mao. We're gonna annex them next. Also, we're gonna get a ton of rebels, but I'm gonna lower autonomy in all these provinces. I want my extra money that I'm gonna be able to squeeze out of these provinces. Alright, let's get Khmer, break their alliance again with Ayutthaya. We're gonna invade, full annex them. And now, what I'm also gonna do is once my diplomat gets back, we're actually gonna break our alliance with Khmer. Oh my goodness, I thought we'd be able to full annex them. I guess not, but we could take all their stuff in Thailand. So at least that. And we could complete this mission, giving us permanent claims all over Khmer. We're gonna go ahead rival Ming and Bengal. And once our truce with Khmer is over, we're going to immediately attack these bad boys. And our peace deal is gonna look a little something like this. And I'm gonna move my troops back into position because we're gonna be at war with them in just a sec here. We're gonna go ahead and invade Jirai with reconquest for our boy Champa. Alright, Khmer, we could pretty much peace out in like a month, and then resets our truce for the next 5 years. Alright, all that went to my boy Champa. We're gonna start improving relations with them, trying to full annex them, and we're gonna go ahead and invade Dai Viet. They still are a tributary under the Ming. More money for me. Alright, Dai Viet, I just want these 3 provinces right here. Take all your money. Alright, truce with Khmer's over. We're gonna invade. Boom, boom. Let's full annex them. We can actually complete this mission to the Chakravati. Permanent absolutism happens. We get Chakravati until the end of the game, giving us yearly legitimacy and monthly autonomy change. And when we enact Burmese absolutism, we can get even more absolutism and also a guaranteed monarch administrative skill. Otherwise, we just get prestige. I like the top tier option. We're going to go ahead, integrate Champa. And once we integrate them, full annex Ayutthaya, maybe we'll take this part of the peninsula. And then we'll call it. Alright, let's go ahead, full annex Ayutthaya. I just diplo-vassalize all three of these nations over here. And we did just full annex, you know, the majority of the peninsula. I'm going to integrate these subjects and all that stuff. Okay, and after finally full annexing my subjects, this is what our empire looks in 1590. Not too bad considering that we started as a one province minor. Probably could have been a little bit faster. In terms of total development, we are at 1,271 dev, making us the 6th greatest power. If we had the current institution, printing press, we'd actually be the 3rd greatest power ahead of Russia, and only 100 behind Spain, and of course Ottomans are insane, which I haven't even looked over there, so let's take a look at what's going on. Oh. Alright, let's go back over here. That's going to conclude it for today's video. This is one of my favorite nations in all of EU4. Actually, this is my favorite one province minor in all of EU4, and I hope that you guys give this nation a try. And I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing a lot of my other favorite nations in EU4. And I will see you guys in the next one. Chairman out.